Hi guys, and welcome back to Curious Gamers. I'm TwixTrue. I make videos with Equal Play, although she's not here right now. But today we are very excited. Well, I'm excited, and I'm pretty sure that Eep's excited that today is the day that 1.18 comes out. This is the second part of the Caves and Cliffs update. And if you look behind me, you can see some of the amazing terrain that this new world height and this new world generation we can expect to see in our new Minecraft worlds. But what I'm here to talk about right now is the amazing 8 new biomes we get in just this one update. 8 biomes. Quite a lot of biomes. As is obvious from the name of the update, Caves and Cliffs, these biomes are all related to caves and cliffs, and right now you can see 3 examples of new biomes. This biome that I'm standing in is one of the new biomes. It's called the Meadow Biome, and it would normally generate near to mountains like this, near to plains and that sort of biome. It's similar to the plains biomes, except it's slightly colder. You can see the grass is a slightly bluer green than the lush greens you see in other biomes, and it does come covered in flowers. It can come in a variety of flowers. This one has the azure flower, but they can have dandelions, cornflowers, poppies, daisies, and alliums even. You will also get a few different animals in this one. You will get rabbits, donkeys, and sheep, although this one is pretty devoid of life, other than a couple of sheep. But this would make a great place for a base if you wanted a fairly flat area with this beautiful terrain in the background. Let's head on to biome number 2, which is snowy slopes, which is this bit here. So where you can see that the snow has started, so you've got this, it goes from meadow to snow and it starts to slope up gently. This is snowy slopes. So here you could expect to see few different animals, where you could get rabbits, wolves, foxes, sheep, pigs, chickens and cows, so most things. But what you can get here is pockets of powdered snow, which, oh, there you go, here's some. You can see the freezing effect as you stay in it longer, and you get colder and colder, and eventually, if I was in survival mode, you start to take damage and you would eventually die. So you pick this up in a bucket, and I can imagine it has all sorts of uses. If you do want to protect yourself against it, you need to be wearing leather boots. But let's head up to biome number 3, which is Frozen Peaks, which you can probably tell is all of this frozen ice area. So this is a new area you can get packed ice. It's pretty inhospitable. There's not much that spawns here. You'll only really get goats, but it makes a really, really lovely backdrop for a build, or even if you wanted to build an ice castle or something really cool like that. So for biome number 4, we're actually going to head away from the mountains and head into the caves, because down here I spotted a wonderful example of the Dripstone Caves. So this is one of the cave biomes. So we've had these blocks in game for a while. This is the first time we'll actually see them in world in these biomes. In here it's dark, so you can expect to find glow squid and things like that spawning. Obviously a lot of other hostile mobs will spawn here because it is so dark. And it's one of the scary places in Minecraft, I think this is going to be. If you can just see all of the dark spots where mobs are gonna be spawning, and if you come across one of these, it's gonna be pretty dangerous. Let's head back out and go and find our next biome. Biome number 5, which will be the Grove biome. So let's head there now. So this biome is a slightly gentler mountain, although this one looks fairly jagged and interesting. But it's similar to like snowy tundras, snowy taiga type biomes, where you would expect to see trees. They'll generate next to plains, but they will be covered in snow, and you can also find powdered snow here, and you can expect all the usual type of mobs to spawn. You know, rabbits, wolves, foxes, sheep, pigs, chickens and cows. Oh, but this is, well, in my opinion anyway, this is one of the least interesting biomes that they're adding, but it helps add to the general landscape. So biome number 6, let's head to another mountain region, which will be Jagged Peaks. So these are Jagged Peaks. You can expect to see goats spawning here. Although they are generally attached to other biomes where you might get the other animals spawning and they, just wander over. But this is probably more similar to what we would expect to see on the very highest mountains of the current terrain. You know, those snowy peaks that we get on the old Minecraft terrain, where you would see a lot of this block and a little bit of snow. Oh, look. These Arctic wolves are like one of my favourite animals. But yeah, they're just another type of mountain. They don't add too much to the game. I wouldn't have said these are most similar to what we already know of. So on to biome number 7, which is our last mountain biome, and is the Stoney Peaks. And Stoney Peaks are kind of exactly what you would expect them to be. They are the tops of mountains that are stony rather than snowy. So there is something very special about this, and there's a good example of it right there. This biome is where you can now find extra calcite, which is a block that everybody went crazy for. Because look, it's this, in my opinion, this is what diorite should have been. It's got that same contrast, but without being quite so in your face. But let's not get onto the diorite discussion right now. But if you love this block, and I love this block, then this is one of the places it can be found. Which is fantastic news, because the only other place you could find it before was on the outside of amethyst geodes. And there's just not enough of those. Other things about Stoney Peaks. So these tend to spawn in warmer biomes. As you can see, we're actually smack bang in the middle of a jungle. So when you get a mountain in the middle of a jungle, it's more likely to be one of these types of mountains where it's stony. One thing that's interesting is no animal mobs will spawn here. So you will never see an animal mob that has spawned here. It might walk up, I guess, but it won't have spawned. So, for biome number 8, we need to head back down into the caves. We are heading to my new favourite biome, the Lush Caves. So, I've hopped into Spectator to show off the Lush Caves. As you can just see how when you find a biome with Lush Caves, just how much there is. It's absolutely amazing. And let's head into one and we'll have a look in detail. You just see why these are my favourite biomes. They're so beautiful. If you've been following me for a little while, you'll probably notice that a lot of my bases are in caves where I make my own. And now, look, I don't need to. Or if I do, look how many more things I can add to it. I was particularly pleased with the cave base I did for Season 1 of Nomadcraft, and that's because I was able to use a lot of these blocks. Even though we didn't have Lush Caves yet, we did have access to this moss block and, you know, these vines, glowing berry things. And you could make some amazing caves. But look, now, you don't even have to. They're just so beautiful on their own. And I'm so excited to have these in-game now. So this is where you could expect to find axolotl spawning. They will spawn on clay and in water. And you can find drip leaves and just all of this lovely green amazing stuff, and obviously the best block in the game, moss. So guys, that is all of the new biomes, all 8 of them. I've shown you my favourite, which is this one. Let me know in the comments which is your favourite and what you're most looking forward to doing in the new 1.18 Minecraft update that's out today. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. If you've not liked and subscribed, do so. We have more videos on the new update coming out this week. If you can't tell, we're a little bit excited. But thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.